If you are feeling stuck in your Etsy print on demand journey, or you're just feeling like, is this really possible? Today's video is for you. Welcome to the fifth and final week of the Etsy Summer Shop Challenge. My goal with creating this challenge was to give you tangible, practical tasks every single week that you could fit into your busy summer schedule, whether you are dropping and picking up kids from summer camp or traveling. These are steps you can take to see growth in your own Etsy shop and journey while staying busy and enjoying your summer. Now, we have talked through a lot of different things. Week 1, we were working on our focus for our Etsy shop. Week 2, we talked all about how to find in-demand products. Week 3, we talked about how to create designs that are simple yet convert. Week 4, we talked about how to actually optimize our listings. And so it might feel like we have hit on everything that it takes to create Etsy listings that sell. And practically speaking, yes, we have. But for today's episode, I would love for you to grab a blanket, grab a coffee or a tea, and pull on up because we're going to talk about one thing that is really a make or break when it comes to your Etsy shop success. Hi, my name is Emily. If we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of 2 and a multi-six-figure Etsy print on demand seller. I started this journey with no background in design or business and kind of learned my way through this process. And now I love helping others be able to do the same. So, what is it that can truly make or break your Etsy shop and your success? And I know this is going to sound a little bit cliche. I know it's going to sound a little bit corny and typical, and you're probably expecting it. But honestly, your mindset is such a pivotal part of this process. So let's talk today about a few things that you can practically do and why it's so important to do these things to be able to continue going when you're just feeling like the work isn't paying off yet. One thing I wish that had been made more aware to me when I first started my Etsy shop was that every successful Etsy seller starts at 0 sales. I remember feeling in those early days that this was such an uphill battle. Why was anyone going to purchase from someone who didn't have any sales or any reviews? And I felt like that just kept continuing to repeat in my head. And it was a constant battle of trying to stick with it as opposed to giving in to that negative energy. Now, I have worked with hundreds of aspiring Etsy print on demand sellers, and I work every day with the students in the Gift Lab community who are starting and growing their own Etsy shops. And there's definitely something that separates those who end up finding success in their own unique way and those who maybe quit before it gets good. And it's really that ability to stick with it. It's that mindset that this is possible and I'm going to make it happen one way or another. And I'm going to make it happen whether it's a slow process, a fast process, or whatever that looks like for me. And let's get real about print on demand and Etsy, because I think there are so many different social media posts out there, YouTube videos out there, where we get the impression that if this doesn't happen in a couple weeks, if this doesn't happen in a month or even a couple months, then we are a failure. And the reality is that's just not true. And it's not the reality for many successful Etsy sellers. There is no concrete timeline as to when your success is going to find you. There's no concrete timeline about when that first sale would happen. There is no concrete number that you need X number of listings to make a sale. And I wish I had that. I wish I could give you that. I wish I had a crystal ball. I wish there was some special formula we could all follow, but it's honestly not the case. And one of the reasons I got into this space about sharing about print on demand and teaching about it is because I want to give you an honest and real and true take as to what this looks like and what kind of mindset and mentality is most helpful to have when you're going into this venture. Okay, so as I mentioned, I like to share practical tips with you. I'm not going to do a bunch of fluffy woo-woo stuff, even though I believe in that too. But I want to talk about some practical things that you could actually do and focus on every week that's going to help you stay with it. That's going to help your mindset stay strong and stay positive. One of the things that I recommend is number 1, focusing on things that you control. So when you're in this process of growing your Etsy print on demand shop, It is so easy to get focused on the sales. I want X number of sales. I want to make 2 sales this week. I want to have 100 sales by the end of the year. Those are very normal goals to have. But the problem with those goals is that you don't control that. You don't control, and I don't control if a customer takes out their credit card and actually purchases a product, right? But what are the things that we can control ourselves? We can control how often we're researching, how consistent we are in our shop, how many listings we're publishing, how much time we're spending designing. Those are things that you can actually control and check off a box every day. So, when it comes to the first practical tip that I can recommend, that is going to be creating goals that you control. For me personally, when I first started, my goal was to publish 2 listings every single day. Now, don't get me wrong, there were definitely days where that did not happen, but it wasn't so much about increasing the number of listings I had, but it was increasing the speed at which I was learning. It was about increasing that failure. I had a lot of failure along the way so that I could get to the success sooner. So if I had done 5 listings and then taken 2 weeks off and then done 5 more, your growth and your development is going to be a lot slower. So by staying consistent with some type of goal every day and every week, that's going to help you stay focused on the things and the elements that you control. I wasn't so much focused on the number of sales because my focus was primarily on the goals that I was setting and trying to meet every single day. The second practical tip I can recommend for you, and this one's a little bit corny, is to put that goal somewhere you can see it. I, for example, had a magnet board on my fridge. It was a whiteboard that I could write on. And every single day, I would literally go in, tally or check mark that I published my listings for that day or that I did my research for that day. And I would write those goals on there every single month and I would track them. And the third and last practical thing I can recommend for you to kind of stay focused is looking at your statistics. Now, this might seem contrary because honestly, looking at your stats can be a little bit disheartening in the beginning because it's quiet, right? You're still really gaining and building your shop. You might only be getting a few visits, things like that per day. But I want you to go to your Etsy listings and I want you to turn on the View Stats button. On your listings dashboard, there is an option up here to turn your stats on. These are the stats I want you to focus on. I don't want you to focus on your general shop visits. I don't want you to be comparing shop visits from yesterday to today. That is only going to really make you feel drained and feel negative. Those stats, we're not worried about that right now. What I want you to focus on are your listing stats. I want you to check what has gotten any visits in the last 30 days or favorites. Obviously, if something has gotten a sale, that's going to be a big green flag for us too. Why do we want to focus on these listing stats? Because that is going to help you create your roadmap to what you're going to create next. So I focus on those listing stats because what it's telling me is that if this product is getting traffic, if it's getting favorites, especially if it's getting sales, there is something working about that product. And that is something we want to double down on. And why this impacts our mindset so much is that it allows us to feel like we're not just floating and wandering aimlessly, right? So much in the beginning of this process, we can feel like we are throwing spaghetti out the wall. But by using our stats and using our data in a way that is productive and helpful, it will prevent us from getting that discouraged feeling. It will prevent us from getting so fixated on the things that really don't matter. We don't need to look at those other stats right now. Right now, we want to get a picture of what are people being drawn to, what products are showing up, what's getting interest, and how can we continue to double down on that? Being in the midst of those early messy phases of your Etsy print on demand shop can be difficult. There are going to be high highs and low lows, and honestly, sometimes that's very much still the case. But it can really feel like, why am I putting in all this work and I'm not getting those rewards yet? And what I can tell you is I see so many people quit right before it could get good. And those that stick it out, that focus on the things they control, that use that data that they have to be able to guide them in the right direction those are the new shops that are really building those successful sales and those shops. And those are the ones that are sticking with it. They're staying positive. They're really grinding it out. Because even though social media and other places might show us this really glossy picture of what this could look like, the reality is it's not going to happen in an instant. For some people, maybe they will strike gold. But for the rest of us, the regular people, we are going to take time to build these things, to learn, to have listings that are published that maybe aren't even very good. And that's okay. That is all part of the process of growing. So, in this final and fifth week of the Etsy Summer Shop Challenge, this one is going to be more of an internal challenge for you. I want you to think about how your mindset has been through your journey with print on demand. And I want you to pick a strategy that we talked about today, whether that's setting a really tangible weekly goal or going and looking at your stats and just taking one step in that right direction of focusing on the things that you control in your Etsy shop and keeping your mindset there as much as possible. It can be so easy to compare ourselves to other people. It can be so easy to wonder why our listings are not selling, but these other listings are. We don't know any of that information ultimately. We can take guesses, but by focusing on things that you actually can control in your daily life, that is going to help you feel more empowered, more positive, and just more ready to tackle that day. So I would love to know in the comments below what you have taken from this Etsy Summer Shop Challenge. And I have loved being able to share with you what's working for new shops right now that you can implement right away in your Etsy shops, especially as we are preparing for the busy fall season. Don't forget to hit like or subscribe below so you don't miss a single weekly video. My name is Emily, and I look forward to seeing you next time.